Okay, so this is going to be unit 3. So on Thursday, you're going to be taking your unit 3 test and your unit 4 test. So we're going to work through this pretty quickly. So congratulations, you landed your ideal job. So now what? One of your first assignments is going to be complete a W-4 so that your employer can withdraw the correct federal income tax to repay. If you don't do this, then what happens is the IRS sends you basically like a bill, and then you have to pay all the taxes all at one time rather than throughout the year. All right, so when should I increase my withholding? So basically what you're going to do is this is what a W-4 looks like. So you'll fill out first name, last name, where you live, your social security number. Make sure that you don't share your social security number with anybody. You'll sign it down at the bottom. You'll put your date. So this is basically just saying, hey, I'm going to work at this place, and that's what's going to happen. So when should you increase your withholding? You should increase it when you have to pay in after filing taxes. After filing taxes. Okay, when should you decrease your holding? When you receive money back after filing taxes. Okay, so when you fill out your W-4, you're eventually going to get a W-2 in like January, and then you'll file taxes before April 15th. So, like in an hour. All right, so now you've worked through your first pay period and earned your first paycheck. Reading your pay stub can be a little challenging if you don't know where to start. So let's look at some sample pay stubs and put all your skills to the test. So here's what a pay stub would look like. They're going to have earning statements up at the top. They're going to have pay period, pay date, employee ID, social security, employee name, all this stuff. So this is all stuff that is actually taken out of your paycheck, of your current paycheck. This is how much it is to date for that year. And every year it starts in January. Okay, so year to date gross income, deductions, and how much you're going to pay. Current total, current deductions, and then your net pay. So let's look at actual words and like what do these mean? So you do need to know these vocab words. Okay, so deductions are going to be money from your paycheck that cover things such as taxes, health, insurance, etc. Okay, your gross pay is the amount you earn before taxes are taken out. Okay, your rate is going to be the wage. And then your net pay is the amount of money that you earn after taxes and other expenses. This is the, like, how much you take home at the end of the day. Deductions are like the good things that are taken out, except for taxes. And then gross pay is going to be the amount before. Okay. So on the next one, your social security number is social security number. This is the number that you need to memorize like after high school, because that's like how you communicate with the rest of the world. That is your tax identification number. Okay. Your W-4 is going to be a form that tells your employer, hey, they work with you, and then how much money is actually going to be taken out of your pay. YTD stands for year to date. Okay. And that's your total earnings from January 1st to the pay date. And then your SUI is in state unemployment insurance. Unemployment insurance. And so if you ever become unemployed, this is what's going to help you. This could be food stamps. This could be just FMLA. So things that come to you when you have to take time off for whatever reason. Current is going to be relating to a time period over a particular paycheck. Okay, so this refers to time during a paycheck. Benefit is going to be a cost as health insurance, paid in full or by part from employer. Allowance is going to be your set amount of deducted gross pay. And gross income is going to be pre-tax. Okay, so gross income comes before we start taking things out. Okay, so unfortunately, you don't get to go home with all the money that you supposedly think that you make. Oh, about how frequently does Hope receive a paycheck? So we're going to start talking about actually like reading this out. Okay, so about how frequently does Hope receive a paycheck? Okay, and you can see that from, where's it up? Right here, where it says May 1st to May 15th. That's about 2 weeks. So she's going to receive a check every 2 weeks, which is bi-weekly. And assuming that Hope receives a paycheck at regular intervals similar to the stub, how many pay period has Hope had year to date? Okay, so if she has made, here you go, year to date gross, so she's made $5,400, and her pay stub is for $600, then how many pay periods is she going to have? That's 9. Okay. Looking at the next question. It says, which statement below accurately describes Hope's gross wages? So her gross wages are calculated by her hourly rate by the number of hours she works. Okay, so, sorry, went too far. All right, so looking at the rate times the hours. That's how we got 600. Okay, so that's A. What was the largest deduction for this pay period? So federal taxes, if you look at the pay stub, is going to be $90. And then her smallest is going to be her dental insurance. So again, you can see that from the little pay stub. Scroll up to the top. Look at the lines that say health, dental, and retirement. Which statement below is accurate? So are these things that are paid by the federal government or to the federal government? No. State government? No. Those lines represent benefits that the employer is paying to Hope? No. It's stuff that is actually taken out and that you pay directly to the insurance and the retirement plans that you've chosen. Okay. Not all jobs have benefits like that. So it depends on the job that you actually work at. So looking at the next page, Hope's contributions to a retirement plan. So that is a pre-tax and therefore not included in federal income tax. Okay, the total amount deducted from Hope's last paycheck was $315.21. And you can actually look at that from that pay stub and total up all the stuff that was taken out. And then one of Hope's coworkers quits, and during her next pay period, Hope works 60 hours instead of 40. That'll cover. Which of Hope's deductions will change as a result? So she's making more money, which means that her federal tax is going to be more because it's based off of a percentage, not necessarily a stagnant or a steady number. Which of the following is true? Hope has earned more deductions this year than take-home pay. Hope has more take-home pay than this year's deductions. Or Hope has had equal amounts of take-home pay and deductions this year. Or Hope's pay stub only shows deductions and take-home pay for this period, not the entire year to date. So the true statement is going to be this first one. Okay, she's had more deductions than take-home pay. Okay, and again, you can look at that from her pay stub. Her current deductions versus her take-home pay, which is the year-to-date nets. Okay. Now, on number 10, it says, Hope's employer deposits her paycheck directly into her checking account. How much would her employer have deposited into her account's most recent payday of $521? That's going to be $284.79. Okay, because that's next week. So it would have been half. So 5/15 was the last date to 5/21. Okay, so that's about half of her total pay. Go back to that pay stub to show you. Okay, so right here, I'm sorry, the net pay is right here. Okay, so that would have gone into her bank account at that point. Okay, what information is available on a pay stub? So this includes the rate, the hours worked, the gross net pay, the deductions, okay, and then all the stuff year to date for all of those things as well. Okay, on the next section, it says Tim just took a job working for a software company. His contract states that he'll receive an annual salary of $61,500 and be paid monthly. Each month will have the following deductions from his paycheck. How much can he expect to have each month? So, in order to do this, you're gonna do each one of these is gonna have a calculation. So you're gonna have monthly gross pay. So each month he would take 61,500 and he would divide it by 12 because there's 12 months. When you do that, you're going to take home, monthly gross pay is going to be 5,125. Okay. Your Social Security is at a 6.2% rate. So we're going to take this number and multiply it by these percentages. Okay. So your Social Security is 0.62 times that number, 5,125. And that's going to give me 317.75. Your Medicare, hey friend. All right, so on the next one, what you're going to do is we're calculating Medicare. And so you're going to take 0.015. And the reason why it's should not be 0.62. It should be 0.062. Yeah, that math. Let me check that math really quick. 0.062 times 5,125. Oh no, that's right. I just forgot the zero. Okay. We're going to multiply 0.015 times 5,125. Okay. And when you do that, that's going to give you 76.88. Okay. State taxes, and you can write this below, I'm just running out of space. State taxes are going to be 0.03 because you're going to move that decimal point 2 places times 5,125. Okay. And that's going to give me 153.75. Okay. On the next one, we got Fed taxes, and that's 0.11 times 5,125. And that's going to give me 563.75. And then insurance, which they told you a premium of $290. So in order to figure all this out, you're going to add up all these numbers that we just found. Okay, so you're going to add this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and then 290. And that's actually what's deducted from this 5,125. So take a second, add those up. All right, so once you add all that up, okay, then what you're going to do is you've got 5,125 minus what you found, which was 1,412.13. And when you subtract that, that's going to give you a take-home pay of $3,712.87. Okay, so you would walk away with $3,712. Okay, see you on the next one.